Ladies and gentlemen, today I figured I'd do a different type of video. I want to talk about my top 10 in wrestling. Now, I know what you're going to say. Wrestling, who really cares? Just hear me out because this is going to be pretty funny. Also, I know a lot of wrestling fans do Mount Rushmores. You cannot do a Mount Rushmore with wrestling. Unless you're specifically talking about certain companies and eras, you can't really do it. There's far too many wrestlers, but for my top 10, this is specifically North American companies. Your WCW, WWE, TNA, stuff like that. Alright, number 10, starting us off hot, we're talking about Spike Dudley. Nothing really much to say there. He's the exact reason I mostly remember a lot of the Attitude Era, believe it or not, about early 2000s. And also the reason I remember ECW. Now I mentioned it was also insane that he got chokeslammed by Undertaker over the top ropes and also got dropped through tables by Mike Awesome, the Dudley Boys. He got paired with Tori Wilson, and he also decided to have the hardcore run and also had the boss run. So, pretty good run. Number 9, I have Santino Marella. Believe it or not, very first wrestling book I ever had was Santino Marella. Very first finisher I ever learned was the Cobra, and his debut is honestly perfect to me. Number 8 is Ron the Truth Killings / R-Truth. Believe it or not, he was a main eventer in TNA before Jeff Jarrett decides, I'm going to make the company all about me, and completely ruined him and Monty Brown. Yes, I am still salty about those because I love the pounce. If you have no idea what that's from, search up Monty Brown TNA. You will love it. I promise. Number 7, controversial pick, is Stone Cold. I know you're going to say he needs to be higher. Stone Cold is the Attitude Era's poster boy. I know. And I love Stone Cold. However, I never got into wrestling because of Stone Cold. I got into it because of different people, and I like different characters, not just Stone Cold. So, he is on here. Speaking of people that made wrestling what it is, number 6, Hulk Hogan. I know he stole his entire gimmick from Billy Graham. I know that he politicked himself into a higher power. However, I'm giving him his flowers. He is the reason wrestling is as big as it is now. He made it as mainstream as possible. Whether it's movies, TV shows, cartoons, Hulk Hogan is the reason wrestling is huge. Alright, I know this is going to sound pretty bad, but number 5, Bret Hart. I know, he probably should be higher. He's the best in the world. Best there ever will be. Bret Hart's number 5, mostly because he can get a wrestling match out of anybody. He even got one out of Will Sasso in WCW. Number 4 is actually the person that got me into wrestling. The very first wrestler I ever watched. I was just scrolling on Sci-Fi. This is back when they were on Sci-Fi. This person has a special place in my heart. The only person that when he passed away, I legitimately cried. It is none other than Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt has basically the exact same build as me. He had a little bit of a gut. He wasn't just pure muscle. He had a little bit of meat on them bones. And seeing him and the way he would talk and the southern accent he would sometimes do and the horror that he would do, just something about him captivated me for so long. And seeing that he had passed, it honestly broke me a little bit. Especially because it was almost a year after Brody Lee passed, and that one also hurt. To just hear how both of these two have left, it honestly hurts. And now knowing what they're doing with the Wyatt 6, I'm honestly happy seeing that. So, we're in our top 3 now. Number 3, who could it be? It's the real gangsta, New Jack. If you have no idea who New Jack is, be prepared. Search up ECW New Jack, and you will see a man come out and have everybody in the palm of his hands. And I quite literally mean this. He came out to an Ice Cube song and had the entire crowd absolutely going insane because of him. He used weapons. He could wrestle as well. If you want a little bit more of his wrestling, I suggest going to TNA. You're going to see a lot more of his wrestling abilities. He did not care. He pushed the limits of what you could do with wrestling. But a lot of people do know him for his incidents, specifically whenever he decided to try and accidentally kill somebody, called mass transit. Yeah, that was a bad one. He also tried killing somebody by throwing him off of a 20-foot scaffolding after hitting him with a stun gun. Yeah, pretty bad stuff. However, I still have a little bit of love for New Jack, especially just because of the amount of craziness that was with him. Number 2. This one is honestly, should be on a lot of people's Mount Rushmores, in my opinion. It is none other than Kane. It's gotta be Kane. With Jim Ross screaming about him when he debuted, you immediately just think of main eventer. Not to mention his size. He was only like, there's only like 2 people max that were as big as him. That was Big Show, Paul Wright, and Undertaker, his brother. I mean, seriously, he could scare you. He had humor, if you remember the Dudley Boys, Kane, and Undertaker match where he did the what's up with Devon. He could actually wrestle as well. That's another strange thing. And it didn't matter what the storyline was, he would always try to make it enjoyable. He was the Monster Kane when he debuted. Then he had the little walkie-talkie thing to his neck. Then he had the open face mask to where he could also talk, where he was put with X-Pac, which was amazing to me. I wish we had Green Kane. Then you also have the May 21st Kane, where he was absolutely just wrecking people, where the best theme song came from was Slow Chemical. Corporate Kane kind of watered him down, but then we got the Demon Kane back, so that was good. But there's somebody above everybody. Number 1 on my pick is Pepe the Dog from WCW. If you have no idea who this is, go watch any episode of WCW, and right next to, it's WCW Nitro. Right next to Eric Bischoff was none other than Pepe the Dog. And honestly, that's the only reason I would watch WCW is Pepe. Another couple honorable mentions. Chris Benoit, his technical ability was honestly just amazing. Chris Jericho, again, amazing technical wrestler, had the mouth to back it up. Honestly, had a little bit of humor as well. Dean Malenko, you want to see somebody do technical wrestling, he's a great pick. 4 on honorable mentions. Randy Orton, believe it or not, youngest world champion. Honestly, if you ever see that man go bald, you better run. Simple as that. But yeah, there's a couple honorable mentions as well as my top 10. Here you are right here, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.